Good morning to everyone. So I'm so nice to see you all here today. So this will be my last Dhamma sermon for this trip. Okay, so I'm so happy to be in Buddhist Mahavihara nearly 2 months and doing such a wonderful service. Doing a lot of things to the people and sharing the Dhamma and doing the chanting always make me happy and purify my mind. And I learn a lot of things from this country. So this will be help me to, as a beginner, this will help me to overcome all the difficulties in my life in future. And also, I'm really happy I started my career from the excellent place. My memories goes to the late chief who built up this temple and taught Buddhism to the Malaysia. So first of all, I would like pay my gratitude to the late chief with the permission to say the name, Most Venerable Kirinde Dhammananda Mahanayaka Thera. Every morning after chanting, all the monks we are get together and doing the chanting 6:30 in shrine room every morning. So after this chanting, every day I'm going to the memorial pagoda of late chief and praying my gratitude and praying thank you. I'm saying thank you because of you, chief, we are preaching here. Because of you, people coming to listen here. So, by the power of these all merits you have done, may you attend to the final liberation of Nibbana. So every day I'm saying that. Today also, before start my Dhamma sermon, I would like to pay my gratitude to him. May all these merits help him to success, him 10 perfection in sansaric life. And may he attain to the final liberation of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And also, I would like to pay my gratitude and give my blessings to the Sasana Abhivruddhi Vardhana Society, who brings me to the Malaysia, who introduced me to the Malaysia, who believe me that I can do something for the people. So especially Secretary Mr. Leslie Jayawardena sir, President Prematilaka sir, I would like to thank all the committee to help us, always encouraging us, and they, as beginners, maybe I always said, everybody take mistakes, everybody doing mistake until we attend to the Arhat. So we all made mistakes. The quality I have saw in Sasana Abhivruddhi Vardhana Society is they want us to overcome all the difficulties we have as sanghas and help us to do good to the people. So I would like to grant all the merits and blessings of mine. May all the committee members who in Sasana Abhivruddhi Vardhana Society, may they be well, happy and peaceful. May they have long, healthy life. And may they finally attain to the final liberation of Nibbana. Okay. And thank you very much for making my visit to the Malaysia. I'm so glad to visit here. So I have done a lot of Dhamma sermons in different topics. So today's topic is little bit, controversial. Yeah, controversial because Buddhism and violence. So the Buddhism and violence, the words are in two parts. We cannot, opposites, that's the word. Opposites. So we cannot keep these two words in one stage. So what in this Dhamma sermon, I'm going to elaborate you. So what is violence and how Buddha emphasized about the violence and how Buddha taught us, preach us to be non-violent person, cultivate the harmony within everywhere, to be a good person. So, as we all know, violence an act of physical force that cause or intent to cause harm. The damage inflicted by violence may be physical, psychological, or both. So normally we see the violence as physical thing. Somebody trying to beat someone, somebody trying to kill someone. So these things are under the violence. But the violence can be in two parts, either physically or either psychologically or mentally. Violence may be imposing from offense, a more general type of hostile behavior that may be physical, verbal, or passive in nature. Violence is a relatively common type of human behavior that occur throughout the world. So every kind of violence in this world occur because of whom? Because of whom? Because of the human. Because of the human, the behaviors of the humans. Okay? So the people behaviors always lead to violence or non-violence. It's depend on the person who doing it. Okay? All right. So there are different kind of violence and abuse in this world. We can find so many. All these under physical and mental. Physical violence, sexual violence, emotional violence, psychologically violence, gender-based violence, cultural violence, domestic violence, verbal violence, financial, socio-economical, economics violence, religious violence, political violence, electronic violence, education violence. If I search more, I could find more. That means day by day, the violence is increasing in different kind of sectors, different kind of way. For example, physical violence, sexual violence. Among all these things, what do you think what is the most prominent one? What is the most famous one? What do you think? Verbal. Okay. What do you think? Physical. Yeah. It's under domestic violence. I mean, the number of domestic violence increasing day by day. So according to my reading, according to my understanding, so the domestic violence is the major violence that increasing day by day. Okay. And also, as commonly, political violence and economical violence also so developing after COVID. So these kind of violence we can see in the future. What is electronic violence? Social media, cyber, that's the exact way, cyber. So through the cybers, through the social media, somebody is going to doing something harm for the other one. So this is the next one coming up. Cyberbullying, that is the next one. So all these violence coming because of the behaviors of the human beings. And also the religious violence. Religious violence is the next generation actually. For example, now we are in a Muslim country. The major religion is Muslim. Am I correct? Yeah. So sometimes, I'm living in a Buddhist country, Sri Lanka. So sometimes the politicians, the rulers might think that the major religion is the most powerful thing. Everybody have to act according to the major religion. Is that correct? No, because of that actually this religious violence coming out. There are many wars we can see in history because of the cause is religion. They start because of the religion. We as Sri Lankans, we had 30 years war in Sri Lanka. I think 1989 to 2009. 83 to 2009. See, more than 30 years because of the religion, because of the culture. So these kind of things causes for the many kind of violence. All right. But all these violence we can divide it to three parts. Self-directed violence, interpersonal violence and collective violence. Okay, let me introduce what are the differences. Self-directed violence means if you cause for the suicide, drug addiction, these personal violence, these are self-directed violence. Interpersonal violence, a small group of domestic violence, this under an education violence, teacher-student violence, these under employee violence, employer and employee. Am I correct? Yeah. Under interpersonal violence. And also collective violence. What do you think that? War, religious problem violence, all these things coming under collective violence. So, the World Health Organizations always divided all the violence into three parts like this. But all these violence always harm to the people. Always make always put people for the difficulties. All right. I'm taking your country as an example. In Kuala Lumpur, the Malaysia crime index rate is 4.1% with 50,819 cases recorded last year in 2022. See, 4.1. Only in Kuala Lumpur. So day by day, the violence are increasing. What do you think? What is the reason behind this? What do you think? People get more greedy. People get more angry. People get more selfish, stress. So these are the major reasons for causes for this violence. All right. I'm pretty sure if I go through the Sri Lanka, maybe the whole country multiple these, because we have faced especially the political violence in last 3 years, especially economical violence, still we are facing for that. So I don't want to take as example I did your country because you want to know about no? All right, so we are coming to the point, Buddhism and violence. One day, one Brahmin came to the Buddha and asked, "Oh Buddha, I heard that in your religion, the compassion and metta is one teaching." Some Brahmin asked, "Oh Buddha, I heard that in your whole religion, compassion and metta is one teaching." What do you think that what was the Buddha's answer? "No, Brahmin, my whole religion is under the compassion and metta." That was the answer of the Buddha. So see, Buddhism always emphasizes the non-violence. Non-violence is the heart of the Buddhist thinking and behaviors. Always Buddha emphasized to be compassion, to be spread loving kindness to the others. Buddhism is essentially a peaceful tradition. Nothing in Buddhist scripture gives any support to the use of violence as a way to resolve conflicts. Okay, let me introduce like this. See these pictures. See whether you can understand these. Okay, once the Buddha became the enlightened one, Buddha had all these things in that ancient India. So the first violence was in this India is 62 religious believers. 62 religious believers. They worship to the trees, they worship to the stones, and they worship the naked people, and also they worship the people who behave as cows, eat like dogs. They had 62 religious believers. So what was the answer of the Buddha? So this is actually violence. People having lot of problems because of these 62 religious believers. So Buddha gave an answer instant of these 62 religious beliefs. Buddha gave Sabba papa sakaranang kusalassa upasampada satitta pariyo dapanang etang buddhana sasanang. Not to do evil, to do good things, purifying the mind. So that's the major religion. You don't want to be a Buddhist to practice this. Avoid unwholesome, practice wholesome, and purify the mind. These are the three things Buddha gave. And also in second picture, war with status. There was a lot of wars in India in the ancient time with the status. So they killed 100,000 people because of the greedy for the power. Okay, so the Buddha gave the answer. Instead of having wars, Buddha gave the answer. Jayam veram pasahati dukkam seti parajito upasanto sukham seti hitva jaya parajayam. Victory gives rise to hate. Those defeated live in pain. Happily rests the peaceful, surrendering victory defeat. Buddha explained that rather than engaging of these kind of cruel activities, you never know, you never get, victory gives rise to hate. Those defeated lie in a pain. See the difference Buddha explained, rather than doing wars. And in the third picture, you can see the caste system was the biggest violence in that era. The Brahmins saw Vaishya, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. They thought that from the Mahabrahman's mouth came by the shoulders like that. They born from that kind of places. The low caste people were in a big pressure because of the high caste people. So instead of believing this, Buddha gave an answer like this. Najacca vasalo hoti, najacca hoti brahmano. Kammana vasalo hoti, kammana hoti brahmano. By birth, nobody becomes superior. By action can be superior or outcasting. So, by the birth, you won't be a superior or outcasting person. By your actions, because of your behaviors, it's give that you are a superior person or outcasting person. See the Buddhism how gave answers for the violence. Okay, in the fourth picture, you can see animal sacrification. So, in that ancient time, there were huge thing called animal sacrification to get the good things from the God, to get the blessings from the God. They sacrificed lot of animals. They did lot of rituals because to get the blessing from the God, to have the fortunate. So instead of this violence, instead of this animal sacrification, Buddha gave the answer. Buddha promote non-violence as Sabbe Satta Bhavantu Sukhi Satta. May all beings be joyful and secure. Whatever the living beings, whoever the living beings, be well, happy and peaceful. Everybody have a right to live. So Buddha, instead of having this animal sacrification, Buddha promote this one. And also in the third, fifth picture, gender discrimination, gender-based violence. My goodness, when you see the ancient India, it was really worst. Better that, we don't know whether we were there, better that we haven't born in that era. Lot of difficulties to the, especially for the women, because of the Brahmin teaching. All right. So instead of this gender-based violence, Buddha gave lot of answers for this. Buddha started the Bhikkhuni ordination in the Buddhist community as the first women organization in the world. And Buddha gave nice answer for this. Ittihi ekachaya posa janadipa medavini silavanti sassudeva patibbata. What do you mean by that? Some women are greater and great and perfect than men. Can be, no? Can be. There are a lot of women, smart and doing good than men. So the gender is a not problem. Even though today is Father's Day, okay? Gender is not the problem. We all have to respect the humanity. And we born by knowing that I'm a male, I'm a female? No, we don't know. We got the life according to the previous things we don't know. But we all have personal respect. And we have our own personality. So Buddha promote that. Buddha explained that. Instead of gender discrimination, instead of gender violence, Buddha promote that. No, there are a lot of females who can do greater, better than male. And also in the last picture, you can see dictator rulers. Even still we have in some countries, dictator rulers. In India, in the ancient time, the people were really struggling because of these dictators. All right. Instead of accepting this dictatorship, the Buddha promote Dasa Raja Dharma, 10 rules for the good government, 10 royal virtues. We can say 10 royal virtues also. So these are the answers for the political corruptions, political violence. Buddha say, if you want to rule the country properly, if you want to be a good ruler, if you want to be a good governor, just follow this. The first one is dana, practicing generosity. Second one, sila, be virtuous. As a ruler, you should follow this. Third one, parichaga, uprightness. Ajiva, parichaga, sacrification. You have to sacrifice your life to we are the one who sacrifice their success. For the government, We are sacrificing, we are paying tax and everything to give more comfort for them. Okay? Buddha explained, governing a country, ruling a country is a social work. So it's not a job, it's not a provision. You are giving a service. So you have to sacrifice your life to the country as a good governor. And also, Ajava, uprightness, Madhava, gentleness, Tapa, self-control, verbally, mentally, bodily, the leader have to have a self-control. Akkoda, absent of anger. You have to control your anger. Ahimsa, non-violence. Khanti, patience. Avaroda, agreeability. So now actually this become change. We are the one who doing these qualities. They are the one who having all the benefits. So Buddha explained that there are a lot of instead of following this in ancient India. Buddha gave lot of opinions, lot of facts that instead of doing these kind of violence, you can do these things. Okay. The major teaching of the Buddhism is against for the violence. It's called ahimsa. In Buddhism, we use the term as ahimsa, non-violence or non-harming. All right. The first thing Buddha teach to avoid this violence, to get rid from this violence, as lay people follow 5 precepts. See, all these 5 precepts covering all this violence. If you follow these 5 precepts, you will never engage with any kind of violence. The first one is, I undertake the training precepts to abstain from killing. Panatipata. So if you truly observe in this precept, you will never do any kind of physical violence, any kind of violence with the people. You may not kill the people, you may not kill animals, harm to anybody. And the second one is, I observe the precepts, abstain from the stealing. Adhinna dana. So you are not going to harm any material thing, any property, or steal anything, any money, anything you are not going to do if you observe this precept truly. And also the third one, I observe the precept abstaining from the sexual misconduct. This will help you to overcome sexual violence, domestic violence, these kind of child abuse, all these things. If you observe these precepts, I'm pretty sure if people can observe 5 precepts with honesty, the society will change, because nobody doing nothing wrong. And also the fourth one, I observe the precept, abstain from the lying, verbal violence, and electronic violence. Most of the time we are sharing the false thing, wrong things, to blame the people, to hurt the people, to insult the people. So, and also finally Buddha saying, if you can observe, I observe the precept, abstain from the taking intoxicant. My goodness, most of the violence coming because of the people having lot of intoxicant. They addict to the drugs, they take lot of intoxicant. I don't know about the intoxicant, the things, but I'm pretty sure, because the mind is not stable once you have these kind of things. So you don't know what you are doing. Maybe that's not you. So there are a lot of violence because of it. People cannot see each other once they get intoxicant. All right. So Buddha always saying, follow 5 precepts with you if you want to get rid from violence. And for example, these 5 precepts just like an insurance. Why I'm saying this? If you follow these 5 precepts, if you thoroughly observe these 5 precepts, that's you saying to the society, you are safe from me. I'm not going to kill you. I'm not going to steal anything from you. Your family is really protected by myself. Your children are really protected by myself. I don't have any kind of sexual misconduct. And I'm not telling lies. I'm not doing lies. And I'm not taking any intoxicant that you will be protected. For example, there are many accidents in this world due to the intoxicants. See, we are playing with others' life. So that's why Buddha say this is just like an insurance that we said to the society. As a Buddhist, I am following 5 precepts. So the whole society, you are giving a message to the society. You are protected by, all the things are protected by myself. Okay, the next one. Again, Buddha introduced 8-fold path. See, Buddhism always emphasizes non-violence. Buddha always saying all the violence coming because of the human body, verbal, mind, actions. So if you can control these actions in good way, so no more violence in the society. Right view, know the truth. Right intention, free your mind of evil. Right speech, say nothing that hurts others. Right action, work for the good of others. Right livelihood, respect life. Right effort, resist evil. Right concentration, practice meditation. Right mindfulness, control your thoughts. See, if you can follow this path, no violence there. You will never do something wrong for the others. You will never do something make unpleasant for others. And also Buddha again said that Chattari Brahma Vihara, sublime attitudes. We call 4 sublime status also. Among all these teaching, I see if somebody can practice these 4, this will be the major teaching of the Buddha, against to the violence. The first one is metta, loving kindness. So if you can practice metta, loving kindness to you and for others, so you never do something wrong for others. For example, it doesn't matter the people who do anything bad for me. Doesn't matter the people people harm to me. Doesn't matter they blame me. Doesn't matter they appreciate me. But I spread my metta to the whole world. No violence there. If everybody can practice this, I don't think people act as animals in this world. And also the second one, karuna, compassion. Metta is the first steps to the karuna actually. When you go deeper to the metta, you turn to the compassion, karuna. Metta is that you are spreading loving kindness through the mental. It's a spiritual thing. Compassion means that you are putting that to the action. For example, if you see somebody hardship, you help them to overcome that. Instead of, spreading that you be well, happy and peaceful. That is compassion. So if you can practice this also mainly focus, mainly against for the violence. And also mudita. This is the major things in this society. People cannot bear others' success. If they think that he or she is a threat for me, definitely they try to put them down. I am seeing this as a mental's, what do you call, defilement? Defilement. Because of this, most of the problems and violence occur in this society. So if you can bear others' success, can you be me? No. Can I be you? No. Never. Because you have your own way, I have my own way. See? We are having our own personalities. So you cannot take my, my things, I cannot take your things. So we are different. So accept that. If we can accept that, this mudita can practice every day. Okay, we different to each other. We have different kind of capabilities. We have different kind of characters, abilities. Thank you. We have different kind of abilities. So I cannot take others' abilities, capabilities. They cannot take my abilities and capabilities. So if you can understand this, most of the problems, most of the violence never occurs in this society. And also the fourth one, upeka, equanimity, going the middle path. You never get down, or you never get, not going extreme when you get appreciation, not going extreme when you get blame. So that means you are going in the middle path. If you can practice this, people, once they get up, so happiness, they cheerful that, they enjoy that, they celebrate that. And whenever they get blames or sad, do they cheerful for that? Do they celebrate that? No, that's the thing. So if we can bear both in equal way, that help you to, and that help all of us to overcome the violence in the society. Okay. Ambalattika Rahulavada Sutra, Buddha explained to the own son, Rahula. Okay? Evameko Rahula Pacchavektita Kayena Kammang Katabbang Pacchavektita Vachina Kammang Katabbang Pacchavektita Manasa Kammang Katabbang. In Ambalattika Rahulavada Sutra, every person has a right, freedom, and a responsibility to come to a conclusion before which he has to think independently of his action. Everybody have a right. So for example, let's say that Buddha said that everybody have a right to live. Everybody is independent to take decisions. Everybody have their own life. So Buddha always advised respect to that. If we respect to that, for example, all the domestic violence I go through, I have a research regarding that. Actually, I did a research in Sri Lanka about the domestic violence, and I written a research article. Most of the things, the main thing, there are few incidents that there are some sort of a percentage that women also having that attitude. Most of that men think that we are superior. So I'm keeping you under me. I'm always controlling you. I'm always controlling your every action. So this always makes domestic violence. This always make verbal violence, physical violence. So instead of thinking about this gender, if we can think, we all are human. We all have our own way. And we, for example, we born in different places. Marriage is something difficult and different. The two different people going to stay together. Different cultures, maybe different religions and different thing. They are going to match together. So when you are doing this matching, there can be several problems. So that's in that problem, if both parties can maintain the patience and understanding, maybe the story will be changed. So that's why Buddha always advise every human being have their own way, and the different ways that they like to behave, but always think every action not harm to yourself, not harm to others. So according to my knowledge, according to my research before this Dhamma talk, this is the major teaching. If you can follow this this stanza, no violence in this world. Sabbhe tasanti dandassa, sabbhe samjeevitam piyam, attanam upamang katva, nahinana gahateya. Everybody have a fear for the punishment. Everybody don't want to have hurt for ourselves. Everyone in this world don't want to face for any harm. Sabbe samjeevitam priyam. Everybody in this world like to have a peaceful life, like to live in this world. Attanam upamang katva. Be empathy. Always having made the comparison with oneself, think that if it is happened to me, be empathy, standing on others' shoes. Nahena naghate. Let one not kill nor cause another to kill. Not only kill, but also when you're going to do something bad, when you're going to do something bad for any person, if you can realize, if it is happened to me, how I hurt, how I feel, then all the violence will go on from the society. I'm pretty sure. That's why Buddha always take you as an example. If I don't want to beat from someone, definitely others also don't like. If I don't want to scold someone, definitely others also don't like. If I don't want to receive blames, definitely others also don't like. So if you can think like this society will change, and also all the violence will get rid from the society. But the problem is, all the Buddhists, I have put up status today in my WhatsApp. Most of the Buddhists think that we are Buddhist. But they never know, they never have a practical life of the teaching of the Buddha's non-violence. So that's the problem for the major violence in this society. We learn lot of theories. Yes. Then now you also learn, no? Eightfold Path, 4 sublime states. What are the other things we learn? 5 precepts. and the major teaching of the Buddha, how we get rid from the violence. Yes, you learn all the theoretical part. Most of the Buddhists learn lot of theory. If you talk with a Buddhist person, they know, yeah, not good in killing, not good in stealing, not good in sexual misconduct, not good to say lies, not good to take more intoxicant and everything they know. But once they are coming for the practical life, what happened? All theory is forgetting. That's why even Thailand, 100% Buddhist country, isn't it? Yeah, 100% Buddhist country. Sri Lanka, 95%, I think, more than 80 Buddhist people living. Okay? So, but still, all these countries struggling with lot of violence. So that's mean we know the theory. We try to be enlightened. That's why most of the time once we say, by the power of all these merits, may you attain to the final liberation of Nibbana. So everybody says, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay? So, but nobody want to practice 10 perfection. Nobody want to understand 4 noble truth. They know the theory, but once we are going for the practical, it's not coming. So that's why all these problems occur in the society. The instance of having the theory knowledge, we have to put all these things to the day-to-day life. Day-to-day life. So if we can put all these things in a practical way, day-to-day life, I'm pretty sure all the violence, all the problems in this society will go down day by day. We cannot, make so many people. But if you can personally do a contribution to the society, no need to have, colleagues, or no need to try to make a lot people like this. First, start from yourself. I'm observing this. I'm pretty sure that I'm not doing anything harm to the society. One by one, the number will increase. The problems in the society will try to do the good things. So that's the Buddha always advise. So Buddhism is it's not a religion actually, it's a philosophy. Buddhism is a philosophy which emphasize always non-violence. Anywhere we cannot find. For example, most of the, I read a lot of articles about this, and it says that having Vinaya, rules of discipline, codes, is it a violence? What do you think? Having rules we know Vinaya, discipline, codes of ethics. So is it a violence? Somebody asking. Do Buddha enacted Vinaya rules for the violence? No, to control, to have non-violence, to control the people, control the body, verbal, mind action, to help to keep the aim that you are aiming the final emancipation, the community, the dispensation for liberation. So keep that in the mind. So my request, I would like to see the next time once I arrive to the Malaysia, I want to see this percentage down. Okay? We'll start from BMV. We will contribute ourselves one by one. I will pretty sure that this Dhamma sermon will watch in the YouTube also. So I'm requesting from everybody. One day, we all die, no? We know that one day we have to die. Is there any person not going to die? Okay, however, one day we will die. Every time we have to keep in our mind, don't know, I will die tomorrow. Don't know. if whenever the time we die, would you be able, would you like that somebody say, finally, thank you, my God, he died? If somebody say like that, is it okay? Huh? If somebody says, oh, such a wonderful person died, your children will ask, your father was great, your mother was great, your daughter was great, amazing character, who contribute good for the many, happiness of the many. That is the thing we have to earn. Okay, so if you want to see the violence going down, start from your house. Start from you. Contribute yourself, then automatically your family members will, get together and do the same thing. So the one by one, we can contribute our part to the society to get rid from all kind of violence. Okay, so I think that Buddhism and violence, actually Buddhism always stand with non-violence, ahimsa, avihimsa we call in 2 words. As Buddhists, our duty is to spread this ahimsa in the world. Spread this non-violence in the world. Whenever you get a chance to blame somebody, with the bad intention, bad intention. When you get a chance to hurt somebody, whenever you get chance to ill-treat somebody, think that I'm a Buddhist. My religion, my philosophy always teaching me avihimsa, ahimsa, non-violence. You know, there are a lot of articles who written by non-Buddhists that they don't want to be Buddhists. Why? Because of the behaviors of the Buddhist. We are saying that Buddhists are like this, non-violence, but when you're putting it practical, as I said previously, it's changed. So, hope that this Dhamma sermon help you to overcome, help you to, have some sort of changes. As I mentioned earlier, everybody get mistakes until we attain to the Arahantship. Even we are Sotapanna, we make mistakes. So, we have to understand, we have to learn day by day the wrong things we are doing. And the wise person, Buddha said the wise person always, when he understands this is wrong, he will never do that again, never repeat it again. So, I hope that you understand the way of Buddhism, spreading the non-violence, the teaching of the Buddha always in non-violence, and please please spread this in the society. Teach others. Share the things that you have learned today with your colleagues and other friends. Then they also try to help to overcome this violence in the world. And also violence is a sin, unwholesome action. We believe rebirth in our samsara. Okay? And these bad actions definitely come, yadisan vapate bijan, tadisan harate palam. Kalyanakari kalyanam, papakari cha papakam. Buddha says that if you do good, if you cultivate wholesome, you will have good. If you cultivate bad, if you cultivate unwholesome, you will have it as written. So, try to cultivate always good things. We are not going to live in this world 1,000, 2,000 years. Maximum 100. I'm pretty sure I'm 50. My target is 50. I don't know whether I will die tomorrow. But my target is only up to 50. I have another 20 years. That's it. Because the number of the period is not important. The important is how you spend that time, how you use that your human life. So just think that this is not my one and only birth. I have to go in this samsara to try to fulfill your 10 perfection. Being a Buddhist is a rare chance. I'm always saying that. As the late chief said, being a Buddhist is a rare chance that you have done lot of good things in your life, previous life in samsara. So make the maximum advantage of that. Rather than rebirth as a preta, rather than rebirth in hell, rather than birth in animal world. So you can use your life in fruitful way. All right. If you have any question, you can ask from me. If I know the answer, I can give you. If not, it's almost 11:15. I'm wondering whether I have done the 1 hour and 15 minutes. Okay. All right. So we will transfer this merit to especially all the deities. May the deities protect us. By the power of may, all these merits we have done, may the deities enter to the final liberation of Nibbana. Ettavata ca ammihi samvitam punya sampedan sabbe devanumodantu sabbe sampatti siddhya Akasatta ca bhummatta Devanaga mahindika Punyantang anumoditva Chiran rakkantu loka sasanam Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. We will transfer this merit to all the departed ones, especially the late chief, with the permission to say the name, Most Reverend Kirinde Dhammananda Mahanayaka Thero, and all the departed one, all the sansaric relations who requesting merits from us, who is willing to take the merits from us, may they free from all the sufferings and may they attain to the final liberation of Nibbana. Idam me jnatinang hotu sukhita huntu jnatayo Idam me jnatinang hotu sukhita huntu jnatayo Idam me jnatinang hotu Sukhita huntu jnatayo Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay. By the power of all these merits we have done, I would like to put a blessing for the Sasana Abhivruddhi Vardhana Society to bring us to the Malaysia and giving a chance to share the Dhamma with the devotees and Sabbadhanan Dhammadanan Jinati. Among all the generosity, among all the sharing, the Dhamma sharing is the excellent. So we did that several times in Malaysia. So I'm hope that all these merits have to go as a blessing for the Sasana Abhivruddhi Vardhana Society. I feel so bad because I'm leaving tomorrow. So I don't want to talk that because I'm sensitive. So however, we would like to make a blessing to all the members in Sasana Abhivruddhi Vardhana Society, special my Malaysian father, secretary, Mr. Leslie Jayawardena sir. He is perfectly like my father. Same as my father died in 2018. One of Mr. Jayawardena, he's also the same name have. Same qualities. So, I don't know, I don't have words to tell that. The attachment is not good for the samsara. So, however, we have the on blessing. We really, we are so lucky to have you all in our life. And by the power of all these merits, may you all be well, happy and peaceful. May you all have long, healthy life to contribute more to the Buddha Sasana. And also, may you finally attain to the final liberation of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And also, I would like to bless all the devotees. Please come to the BMV. Even doesn't matter who's preaching here. The one who sit in this chair as a community member preaching the teaching of the Buddha. Okay? So from that, you can learn lot of things to your life to get rid from this suffering of this samsara. So come to the Dhamma sermons, Dhamma Dana Series in BMV and make your life fruitful and take the maximum advantage of the human life. And I bless you to have a long, healthy life. May you all be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May no problems come to you. May you always have patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties, problems, and the failures in your life. Bhavitu sabbe mangalam rakkantu sabbe devata sabbe buddhanu bhavine sada sunti bhavantu te bhavitu sabbe mangalam rakkantu sabbe devata sabbe dhammanu bhavine sada sunti bhavantu te bhavitu sabbe mangalam rakkantu sabbe devata sabbe sanganu bhavine sada sunti bhavantu te. May the Triple Gem bless you.